Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing this morning? This is Mitch coming to you live from the Lamppost coffee shop, Austin, Texas. Hope your day is going well today. Well, today's Friday, so that means hallelujah. That means it's Marathon Friday. What's Marathon Friday? Well, Marathon Friday means I'm going to be here a while. There's no ending to the broadcast today until it ends. We're just going to hang out and mess around all day, talk about social media, talk about YouTube, and I have no idea how long I'll be here. I'll be here an hour, may be here all day. It's open-ended. So there's no hurry to get anything done. There's no time frame to get anything done. It's just you and me hanging out. And I'm hoping to get some people to drop into chat eventually. And there's a couple of reasons I'm doing a Marathon Friday today. It's going to be every Friday. I'm going to do a Marathon Friday because I just want to keep things sort of open-ended on a day where I can just sort of hang out and not have any sort of pressure about time frame or structure or having some sort of prepared plan. I just want to hang out and see what's going on at the coffee shop today. And we're just going to hang out. We're going to talk about whatever comes up. And what I want to do is sort of hang out and see how long it takes me to build an audience this morning. It's 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and I have posted notices on Facebook and on X and on LinkedIn. And so we'll see if we can get some stragglers to jump into chat, or if we can get some folks to drop in and say hi. See if we can get some viewers. Now, 9 o'clock for a live stream may not be a good time. 9 a.m., what do you think? Is 9 a.m. too early? That means it's, what, 7 o'clock on the West Coast? 7 a.m. may be a little early. Folks aren't up and about. And on New York time, it's, let's see, 9, it's 11 o'clock in New York. So right before lunch, sort of in the middle of people's day. So I'm going to try to keep my voice down a little bit. I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to disturb my neighbors. The coffee shop is getting really busy. I guess because it's a Friday, the crowd is starting to show up. So we'll see. Well, where did here's what's happening. As you can see, getting really busy. I guess Friday is the reason people are getting an early start. So we're just going to hang out, see what's going on. This is me. Hope you're doing okay today. Join in, jump into chat, let me know what's going on in your world so we can just hang. I don't want to sit here and talk to myself all day. This is Marathon Friday, and that means I've got to have some content, you know. We've got to have some value for our viewers. That's what YouTube is all about, value. YouTube loves people getting on YouTube and staying all day. They want you to hang out. So get online. Start surfing around. Drop in and let me know what's going on. it's kind of fun, just relaxing and not having a particular agenda. I'm just going to sit here and talk. Now, there's some things we can certainly talk about today. We do want to bring some value to anyone who may be watching. What we're talking about on this live stream, but basically we're talking about social media and we're talking about YouTube. So if you're wanting to start a YouTube channel, let us know. Drop in the chat if you got any questions or any comments. If you're watching this live stream, I'm trying to keep these live streams, quote, evergreen, which means the information and things we talk about will be good a year from now as it is today. We don't want to talk about anything dated. No dated information here. We want to try to keep content relevant and hopefully useful for whenever you come across this video. So if you watch the live stream a year from now, there'll be something useful here for you. So that's the idea. We want to talk about social media. We want to talk about YouTube. Talk about growing a channel. Talk about algorithms. Talk about, what else can we talk about? What else is on YouTube that floats your boat? Well, it's Marathon Friday. So what do we want to do? Well, another reason we're having a Marathon Friday today, this is our first ever Marathon Friday, the first of many, I hope. It's because I'm launching a redesign on my Even Rabbits channel, which is the live stream channel. I'm really going to use the live stream as the anchor for my channel, Even Rabbits. And you will notice so far, this is all the content I've got. Now, I went in and I cleaned out all the other junk that was on this channel yesterday. There was all kinds of content on this channel yesterday, and it was not very focused. I had all kinds of different categories and things, and it really didn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense. And so I went through and just sort of got rid of all the fluff and all the junk that was on this particular channel. So from now on, we're looking at nothing but social media, YouTube related content. If it doesn't have anything to do with social media or YouTube, you're not going to see it on this channel. The live stream is going to be the anchor, and so we may occasionally talk about some things on the live stream that are peripheral, on the edges of social media, but we're not going to talk about anything that's really unrelated in the area of social media. So that's what Even Rabbits is going to be homing in on. That's our niche. Our niche is social media and YouTube, because the idea is we want to help you, and I want you to help me get monetized. So that means we're fighting an uphill battle to our 1,000 subs so that we can get monetized. And I hope you will come along and help, which means I need you to subscribe and hit the like button. And if you're starting a YouTube channel or have one up and running, let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do to help each other grow. I was going to see, now I moved all of the peripheral junk that was on here into the unlisted category. And, oh, there's one that showed up that is supposed to be unlisted. There's all the live streams so far. So, looks like this is live stream number 24. And I got rid of all the playlists, although they're still here, I see. Why does I moved stuff to unlisted? You can see all the junk that I had on the previous channel before I went in and cleaned it out. I had all of this stuff that is totally unrelated. Now I thought if I sent videos, if I sent videos to the unlisted category, that they would not show up on on here at all. So that's weird. Now I need to start using this posting area. That is weird. Well, I'm gonna click on one of these and see. I had a whole bunch of shorts and stuff in the fine art area. I'm gonna see if any of them show up. This is a short I had. This is using my iPad and an Adobe app for the iPad called Fresco. That is weird. I don't understand. Since I sent that video to the unlisted category, how is that showing up on the playlist here? Does anybody know? I got to get in and figure that out. So weird. Now, where's that coming from? Now, how did that open up? All of a sudden, I opened up a browser window for some live music on YouTube. Now, how did that pop up? Where did that come from? God, this is so weird. It's a good thing it's Marathon Friday. But anyway, this is my scaled down channel, and hopefully it's going to be more of a niche, more niched down. I'm not going to have anything on here that's not social media or YouTube related. Now I do have two other channels that I'm niching down. And the other one is a faith-based inspirational channel that I thought I would make faceless, but I may change that. I may start doing some live streams and doing some things here as well that's not totally faceless. I may do a Bible study or do some stuff on here, maybe do some interviews. I don't know, maybe go live and do a live Bible study, something like that. Who knows? But this is my faith-based channel, and so far I haven't been doing much with it. It's been up about a year, and I have not done much. Don't have hardly any subscribers. It's mostly shorts, some things here and there, but I want to develop that. But again, it's niche down, so it is a niche, and it's going to be faith-based. And then the other one I have right now is Guapo Q Guapo. And Guapo is going to be my explainer videos, mostly shorts, 1 to 2 minutes, explainer videos. And explainer videos are basically supposed to be kind of humorous ways of explaining how something is done. It's all about curiosity. If you want to know how something works, an explainer video will tell you, and it's going to be kind of humorous because it's done with creative songs from Suno and lyrics from ChatGPT. And you throw all that together in Premiere Pro and come up with an explainer video. And here's the first one I did on how bees make honey. And you notice some of the imagery comes from Sora.
The sun rises, bees wake inside the hive. Their tiny wings buzz as they fly out into the bright air. They find flowers, yellow ones, pink ones, white ones. Each flower has a drop of sweet liquid called nectar.
Yeah, I don't know why the closed captions are on.
Bee's long tongue slurps the nectar and stores it inside her honey stomach. She flies home back to the hive filled with other bees. Inside the air hums softly with sound. She passes the nectar to another bee. The second bee chews it, mixing it with special juices from her mouth. Now the nectar begins to change. The bees spread the nectar.
I do love this song.
On the wax
it was written on Suno. Suno came up with the tune. The lyrics came from ChatGPT.
The air becomes warm and sweet. The nectar gets thicker and thicker until it becomes honey. When it's ready, the bees seal the honeycomb with a cap of wax, like closing a tiny door. The honey waits there, golden and glowing, until the bees need food again. The sun sets, the hive rests. Inside the bees sleep beside their treasure of honey.
Now that whole thing was done using Suno and the lyrics on ChatGPT on how bees make honey, and you put all that together in a nice little package on Premiere Pro or some other editor, and that's an explainer video. So I'm hoping to do a bunch of those and put them on that Guapo channel, the Faceless channel. So, and I think since I'm an artist and I do a lot of drawing and have a lot of content in the fine art category, I think I'll start a fine art channel and start adding content to that as well. So when it's all said and done, I'm going to have 4 channels, and I'm going to want to monetize all 4 of those channels. Yes, I know, that's nuts. 1 is enough for a normal person. So anyway, all right. It is, in terms of a recap here, Marathon Friday. If you're just dropping in, my name is Mitch. I'm coming to you live from the Lamppost coffee shop on a Friday, Austin, Texas, and we're going to be here for a while. Marathon Friday means I'm going to go until I don't go. I have no idea how long I'll be here. We'll be here until we decide it's time to quit. I mean, the owner of the Lamppost may come over and tell me to quit. He may say, you know, you're really making a fool of yourself. You might need to leave. But so far, the Lamppost Coffee Shop has been great. They do not sponsor this broadcast. I want to make that clear. The Lamppost is not a sponsor. They are just friends. It's a great crew. The employees are wonderful. And they have a number of locations throughout the Austin area. This one is in downtown Round Rock and is probably their best location. I like it a lot. It's downtown. They've got a wonderful location. So if you're in the area, come by the Lamppost Coffee Shop and give them a try. So let's see. Marathon Friday. Jump into chat if you're around. Just drop it in. It's all about building an audience today. That's what we're doing. We're here in a Marathon Friday to build an audience. We want to see if we can get some folks to drop in and say hi. Speaking of that, I'm going to go up to Facebook, and I'm going to drop another little notice on Facebook. And let them know I'm up and running and I'm live. There you can see the banner I did earlier this morning. I wonder what would happen if I went live on Facebook from here. Ooh, that would be fun. I wonder what would happen. Go live. This ought to be interesting. See what happens. Webcam or streaming software? I can't use the streaming software because OBS only lets you stream one platform at a time. So that means I'll have to go with webcam. Is my webcam going to show? Nope, I've got to change it to this. Hey, there we go. Now I don't know in terms of voice. The voice isn't going to work. But in terms of the audio, I don't think they'll be able to hear me. Let's see. Have I got a... Oh, there we go. Now maybe they can hear me. All right, let's see. Allow while visiting the site. Allow this time. Allow this time. Oh, this will be fun. See if we can go live on Facebook and on YouTube simultaneously. I thought, I didn't know if this would work or not. Let's find out. All right, it may not, let's see, go live. Put in some details. I got to put in some details up here. Title. It's Marathon Friday. The Lamppost Coffee Shop. I am now live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop, Austin. Drop in and say hi. you can, let's see, can join our main stream on YouTube. At even rabbits. All right, let's see if this works. All right, now here. What else? Go live. Down there at the bottom. See if you can see my mouse. All right, go live. 3, 2, 1. All right, looks like we are live now on Facebook. Isn't this exciting? Are we simulcasting? Says live video is starting. You are now live. So, if you're on Facebook, let me know what's going on. I'm streaming on YouTube and I'm streaming on Facebook. And I wasn't sure I could do this simultaneously. Here's a place for comments. Up here. I see a place for comments and I see a place for views. And hopefully the oh, excuse me. Hopefully the Wi-Fi will hold up. Looks like we're doing okay. Stream metrics. I don't see any warnings. All right, if you're on Facebook, give me a shout. This is Marathon Friday. I'm Mitch, coming to you live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop, where we're going to be hanging out most of the day. I don't know how long we'll be here. We'll be here till we stop. We are talking all things social media and live streaming and social media. So if you have any questions about how to do a live stream or about starting a YouTube channel, or if you want to talk about social media, or if you want to complain about the Cowboys, we are here. We can make fun of Jerry Jones, so stop in and say hi. Let me know what's going on. I wonder if I can pop this out, because I want to keep an eye on the comments section here. Does that allow me to pop this out? Open in a new tab. There's pop out. So which would be better, to open in a new tab or to pop out? I've got so many stinking windows open now already. I don't know which would be better. Let me know on Facebook and on YouTube how the quality of the video is doing. Is my Wi-Fi thing strong? Well, I'm going to pop out and see what happens. Ah, well, that's weird. What did that do? Pop out. That just gave me a new window. So it didn't automatically. I guess I have to pull it out and resize it like so. And that way, maybe I can keep an eye on Facebook comments to see. Well, I gotta tell you, Facebook, that pop-out sucks. Number one, it doesn't automatically pop out into a window. You have to, unless I did it wrong. And then you can't, it's not centered. You can't, look at that. Action needed. Close unused application. Yes, I don't know what that means. Well, that pretty much sucks, if you ask me. That pop-out window is worthless. But then again, I'm also going live on YouTube, so who knows? Now, what I want to do is I need someone to tell me everything is going okay, because I don't have... I'm using my cell phone as another video feed. This is my cell phone, so I don't want to mess up my feed here to double check and see if I'm doing okay. I guess I could pull up a website, which I may do. I mean, another window here in a minute. Just another view of the coffee shop. Looks like it's really busy today. Well, what I want to do is I'm going to pull up another window here, and I'm going to go to Facebook. Boy, I'm really pushing my poor laptop CPU to its limits. I'm using 30% of my CPU, it's telling me, so things may drag a little. But what I want to do is go on here and see if I pop up. There I am, right there. I am now live. There it is. There's the monitor there. So, well, I wonder how strong my Wi-Fi is. See if it's going to drag any. Probably will. Here's the time lag. Let's check out the time lag. That'll be fun. It's Marathon Friday. I want to see how long it takes before Marathon Friday shows up. Yeah, it's frozen. My streaming on YouTube is still going strong, but it looks like Facebook. Do you have to hit the play button? Maybe you have to hit that play button. All right, let's see. See if Marathon Friday pops up. See what the lag time is. Marathon Friday. Well, I get some caption going on. That's good. Well, let's see. So there is some, yeah, it looks like we're about 20 seconds behind, maybe more. It's Marathon Friday. Well, let's see. Is it going to pop up? Okay, so, okay, I see what's happening. What's happening is the scenes that I'm changing on my OBS is only going to be seen on YouTube. Duh. What's happening is the Facebook feed is just coming off my camera. So it's not going to be able to see anything but me all day. There's no way I can change the Facebook feed to see what's on YouTube. So if you're on Facebook, I'm looking right at you. If you're on Facebook right now, you need to go to the YouTube feed so that you can see what all we're doing. Because we're going to look at some YouTube channels and do some critiques, and we're going to do all kinds of stuff. But you can only see that if you go to the YouTube channel. So go to YouTube at Even Rabbits. Go to at Even Rabbits on YouTube, and you'll be able to get the full stream. Otherwise, you're just going to be looking at me all day. That won't be much fun. So go to Even Rabbits on YouTube, and you can join in on the fun. So here we are, and it looks like you got to hit that. You have to hit that play button. I guess so. Not sure. We'll see. Every once in a while, I'll need to remember I'm also on Facebook, but the mainstream's on YouTube, so that's my core audience. I want to concern myself with YouTube, not Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, I'm just here to remind you to come over to the YouTube channel so that you can join us on the YouTube side of things and see what we're doing. Because on the YouTube channel, I'm able to switch between scenes. We're able to do all kinds of stuff based on OBS and the scenes I've got set up in OBS that I can switch back and forth between, that you won't be able to see if you're on Facebook. The only thing you're going to get on Facebook is the live feed coming from my camera on my laptop. And I'm using a you say Logi, or is it Logi? L-O-G-I. I never know what to call it. I've got a 1080p Logi camera that I'm using instead of the laptop camera because it's better quality. So that's the only thing you're going to get if you're watching me on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook. You need to run over to the Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you need to run over to the YouTube channel at Even Rabbits. All right, so I want to make sure and see. I guess I'm live on Facebook. It doesn't say I'm not, so we'll keep an eye on it. See if things stay copacetic. All right, my friends. This is the Facebook. This is the, oh boy. All this red down here doesn't look good. The low FPS. Frame rate is too low. Please set the frame rate. Well, I think it's the frame rate. I think it's my Wi-Fi is struggling. Either that or my poor laptop is straining with all this activity going on. Frame rate is low. I don't know how to adjust the frame rate. I'm not messing up anything on my YouTube side, so if the frame rate's too slow on Facebook, so be it. I'm sorry. Green metrics. Yeah, I don't know how to get a good strong feed on both YouTube. YouTube says excellent connection. So I'm doing okay on YouTube. But the Facebook stream is running slow. And I'm not too sure there's anything I can do about that. Learn more. Resolution and bitrate 1080 at 60 frames 30 protocol video. Before you go live on Facebook, your video must meet the following technical specifications. Well, it does. So it's just basically probably just the it's one of two things. It's either the Wi-Fi is not able to stream effectively because I've got the stream going to YouTube as well, or my laptop processing speed is too slow. It's only showing 22% on the CPU though, so that's not too bad. If I can keep it around 20%, that's not too bad. So more than anything else, I've noticed that Facebook streaming is quality is usually pretty weak to begin with. Because I've done live on Facebook before and I've not had much luck. I guess you probably need to go to a third-party platform and stream to services, stream to Facebook and YouTube and all those areas through a third party. Probably would be better. I'm trying to cheat the system here a little bit by going both live on YouTube and on Facebook at the same time. And it's probably wearing out my Wi-Fi. That's what I'm guessing. Well, let's see. Excuse me. I'm not ignoring you on Facebook, but I've got to get over to YouTube and get to work. If you're on Facebook, just remember to go to @EvenRabbits on YouTube so that you can join us for the full main live stream. Otherwise, you're just going to have to listen to me. And I may be talking about some things that you cannot see because you're not on YouTube. Because right now, I'm fixing to critique a YouTube channel, and you're not going to be able to see it. So, tough luck. Come over to YouTube and join us. All right, let's look at a channel here and do a critique. See if we can learn something this morning since we're talking about YouTube. And I found this, came across this morning, and I thought we would take a look at his YouTube channel. And, well, here it is. This is what we want to critique. We want to look at his thumbnail, title, intro, screen presence, content, maybe give it an overall rating. So, title, thumbnail, intro. And since I've already got him fed up here, let's see. Oh, come on. Since I've already got him sorry about that. There we go. Let's see if I can find his thumbnail. Well, I'm afraid if I go backwards, what's he called? 3 Brutal Lessons by VC Imaging, YC Imaging. All right, so all right, let's see if I can find his thumbnail. So we can start at the beginning here. All right, here it is, right here. I almost quit. One of those I almost quit YouTube videos. Okay, where'd you go? Where did he go? He disappeared on me. Oh, come on. He was there. I almost quit. Well, I'll be dang. What happened? He was there and then he wasn't. Well, I'll find him. I think his channel name was YC. And he almost quit. He was there and then he disappeared on me. Good thing this is Marathon Friday. We're in no hurry. We're here all day. Alright, where are you? Here he is. Now stay put. 3 brutal lessons right here. You see him? He's right here. Alright. I'm going to close up on him. Right here. There's his thumbnail. So we want to look at his thumbnail. What do you think about his thumbnail? Picture of him. The photo's kind of dark. Kind of moody. Maybe he wants that because he's talking about quitting. So maybe that's his intention here, is to look a little sad, look a little gloomy. It was posted 6 days ago? Got 17,000 views, 6 days. Well, let's look at the thumbnail and title. What do you think of that thumbnail? He's looking off into the distance and he's kind of gloomy and he's got up here in real simple text. I almost quit. Oh, it's so sad. All right. It's not bad because it makes me want to know, why did you almost quit? He's asking us to join him. He wants to provide some curiosity here. I almost quit. So it's going to make the viewer say, I wonder why. So it's not a bad thumbnail at all. I kind of like it. It's kind of dark. I wish a little bit more contrast, and maybe, like I say, maybe he wanted to be gloomy. Well, let's look at his title. 3 brutal lessons I learned from not getting views. 3 brutal lessons I learned from not getting views is his title. So, he says he almost quit, and his title here is 3 brutal lessons he learned from not getting views. He doesn't really tie the thumbnail to the title in a clear fashion. I mean, it's there, it's intuitive. We kind of get the idea that he almost quit, and he probably almost quit because he wasn't getting any views. So, 3 brutal lessons I learned from not getting views. If he'd added the word quit in the title, it would have tied that thumbnail to the title a lot quicker. How could he have reframed this title using the word quit? 3 brutal lessons I learned from not getting views. I'm sure he could have reframed this in some way. 3 brutal lessons I learned from not getting views. And I almost quit. Well, if you're on Facebook, by the way, and you're listening to me describe this YouTube channel we're looking at, you need to come over to YouTube at Even Rabbits on YouTube so that you can join us. We're critiquing a YouTube channel and we're looking at YC Imaging, 3 Brutal Lessons I Learned from Not Getting Views. I don't know. I kind of get the idea of what he's going for here, but there's not a direct connection between the thumbnail and the title. It's sort of intuitive. We kind of get the idea. So he's wanting to give us some lessons he learned from not getting views, which in return which in his mind, he almost quit. I almost quit because I wasn't getting views, and here's 3 brutal lessons. That's basically what he's getting across. Well, let's bring it up and see. Now, what we want to do is we want to look at the first 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds of his intro and see if it ties into the title. He's got to reaffirm for us that once we click on here, we're going to get these 3 brutal lessons. So let's watch the first few seconds here of his intro.
The most discouraging things that you can ever decide.
All right, let me back up here. All right.
Being a content creator is one of the most discouraging things that you can ever decide to be. And I've wanted to quit this multiple times. Let me tell y'all those stories and give y'all some tips so y'all don't end up in the same position that I was in.
All right, come on. My Wi-Fi is really dragging. I guess I'm trying to do too much. Streaming on Facebook, streaming on YouTube. Let's try again.
And I've wanted to quit this multiple times. Let me tell y'all those stories and give y'all some tips so y'all don't end up in the same position that I was in, because trust me, it's not where you want to be at all. When I first started making YouTube content, I was all gas, no brakes. Talking about like 7 videos.
All right, now let's go back. So far, does he talk about his title? Does he mention anything about 3 lessons? Almost quitting, 3 lessons from not getting views. Does he say any of that in his intro?
Being a content creator is one of the most discouraging things that you can ever decide to be. And I've wanted to quit this multiple times.
Okay, he said quit. He said he's wanted to quit. He's 8 seconds in, so he's reaffirmed the thumbnail. I almost quit.
Let me tell y'all those stories and give y'all some tips so y'all don't end up in the same position that I was in.
All right, he said he's going to give us some awesome tips. In the title it says 3 brutal lessons, but he says he's going to give us some awesome tips.
Trust me, it's not where you want to be at all. When I first started making YouTube content, I was all gas, no brakes. Talking about like 7 videos a week. Every single day I'm uploading a video. And then I realized that wasn't sustainable. So I dialed it back to 3 videos a week. And 3 videos a week was working totally fine. But you know how our creative brains get. We start overthinking. We start thinking too much. I want to upload something that is higher quality. I want to break the mold. I want to do something that's game changing. So I'm like, I'm going to upload 1 video every 2 weeks. And boy, it was such a terrible decision. It was a really bad one. I felt so confident in this video. Like, Jesus himself couldn't tell me that this video was not about to get 1 million views. I sauced it up. I made the thumbnail. I uploaded it. And what was about to happen, my mind literally could not even comprehend, bro. Bro, the video literally had 1/4 of the views of the videos that I was uploading every single day when I was doing that. And I could not, in my mind, process why that was.
Okay, we're 1 minute and 22 seconds into an 11-minute video. And has he hooked us? Has he got us interested enough to stay around for another 10 minutes? He's talked about his struggle. He's talked about his posting videos and not getting much of a response, and then he's not said much about us. What's he going to help us with? If he's concerned about me as the viewer and he's going to give me some brutal lessons, him not getting views, what he's learned, he's sure taken his sweet time getting around to it. I do like his, looks like he's got a couple of camera setups. He's moving from a profile shot to a full screen shot. I don't know if he's got two camera set up or how he's doing it, but he's going from a full face shot to a profile shot, which breaks up the video, which is good. So that's good. The overall video is still dark, though. Needs to be brightened up. I know he's talking about a gloomy subject, but still. And again, the intro was not really reaffirming enough his intro. I'm clicking on this thing because I want to learn some lessons about not getting views, and he's spending a lot of time talking about, I guess, getting to that point.
So much time, I put so much effort, I put blood, sweat, and tears into this video, and I placed so much value in this video performing that when it didn't perform, it literally broke me. And you know us creative people, we overreact a lot. It feels like every time a piece of content doesn't perform how we expected it to perform, we got this thought in the back of our mind like, yo, is it over? Like, this might be my time. So I had a decision to make. Am I gonna allow this to be the end of things, or am I gonna bounce back? And this is where I learned a very valuable lesson about being a content creator. It's not about what happens to you. It's about how you react to what happens to you.
Okay, so is that one of the 3 brutal lessons? It would help if he had text. If he threw up some text, lesson number 1. Let's see if he uses any sort of text or gives us any sort of hint so that we don't get lost. He just talked about something about what he learned. Is that one of the 3 brutal lessons, or is this something else he's learned? Well, let's see.
See, I could have easily allowed this moment to demoralize me to the point where I didn't want to make any content ever again. But instead, I thought about, why did this happen to me? Why do I feel this way? And why didn't I feel this way in the past? And with a little bit of self-reflection, I came up with answers to all of these questions. The reason why this happened to me, or the reason why this video didn't get views per se, was because I wasn't delivering the same amount of value that I was delivering in the videos when I was making them every single day. And the reason why I felt this way, and I didn't feel this way before, was because I never realistically gave myself an opportunity to feel this way. You see, the process when you're making a video every single day is you shoot a video, you edit a video, you upload a video. You shoot a video, you edit a video, you upload a video. You don't have time to sit and dwell about what happened with the last project because you have to immediately move on to the next one. And this is where the biggest mental shift that I've ever come across as a content creator came from. You have to be able to quickly move on from quote-unquote failures. The fact that I wanted to break the mold and I wanted to raise the bar and I wanted to make something that was game-changing meant that I had 2 whole weeks between projects to sit and dwell about what happened with the last one. And in turn, you start overanalyzing, you start overthinking, you start putting together little coincidences between projects that don't make any freaking difference. This video didn't get views because I didn't put a dash in the title, or maybe my color grade was too dark, or maybe I didn't.
Okay, just a couple of comments here. I do like the fact that he changed his location. He was standing up there at the beginning, and now he's moved over and sat down, so he's sort of moving around and changing things up, which is a nice break, a nice variety in his presence, because we want to look at his screen presence as well. We want to see how he's coming across on camera. If you look at his thumbnail and his title and intro, I'm not real sure. I guess I'm a little confused. I wish he was a little bit more direct in saying, okay, this is lesson number one. Lesson number one is it's not making the video getting no views. It's how you react to it. It's his reaction and overthinking why he was getting no views on a video.
Didn't have a low enough aperture, or maybe I need to talk faster. All of these little things that don't matter. Just move on to the next project. You gotta stop dwelling and sitting in it. If you like the way this video looks, it's color graded with my brand new Everyday Cinema LUT. I just dropped it. It's formatted for a bunch of different cameras. It's fast and easy to get the look. Comes with tutorials, and it also comes with a DaVinci Resolve Power Grade as well. So if you
Okay, so he's using a LUT, an LUT, in terms of color grading. Well, I'm not sure why he's throwing that into the mix, unless he's trying to... Is he trying to sell us a LUT? Is he trying to... Because LUTs are for sale, and LUTs are basically ways that are preset color grading for your videos, and this particular video is so dark, I'm not so sure he did a very good job on the color grading. Maybe he was going for gloom and doom. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, to me it looks dark. It looks a little too tonal. There's not enough contrast. So the LUT he's using is not all that great. And I don't know why he's throwing that in right here in the middle of his discussion about his video. Here he's talking about not overthinking when you don't get views on a video and moving on to the next one and not getting all discouraged and trying to criticize yourself too much about not getting views. It's time to move on. That's what he's talking about. And then all of a sudden he throws in this idea of the LUT and his color grading. I'm going, what the heck are you talking about?
If you're interested, make sure you click the link in the description below. The landing page has a bunch of information on the look.
Okay, so that's what this is, sort of an advertisement in the middle here. He's sort of trying to sell us a LUT that he's got down here in the description portion of the video. I don't know if it's free or if he's trying to sell it. Down here you can see all of his links, and that's what he's referring to. He's trying to get us to connect and download a LUT, this LUT for color grading.
It's much different examples, so check it out. It would mean a world if you guys would support me, but let's get back into this video. Let's take a trip.
Okay, so that was sort of a engagement with the audience to get them to go into his description and download a LUT. It's sort of a commercial for himself right in the middle of the video. But I'm not sure he got into what was the transition like. I mean, if you're going to have an ad or some sort of promotional promotion, a self-promotion in the middle of your video, how are you going to transition into it?
On to the next project. You gotta stop dwelling and sitting in it. If you like the way this video looks, it's...
Well, that was his transition. It was a quick cut. We're going from the video...
too dark, or maybe I didn't have a low enough aperture, or maybe I need to talk faster. All of these little things that don't matter. Just move on to the next project. You gotta stop dwelling and sitting in it. If you like the way this video...
And then, bam, he switched scenes and says, if you like this video. I'm not so sure I like the way he handled that.
Video looks, it's color graded with my brand new Everyday Cinema LUT. I just dropped it. It's formatted for a bunch of different cameras. It's fast and easy to get the look. Comes with tutorials, and it also comes with a DaVinci Resolve Power Grade as well. So if you're interested, make sure you click the link in the description below. The landing page has a bunch of information on the look. It's a bunch of different examples, so check it out. It would mean a world if you guys would support me, but let's get back into this video. Let's take a trip down memory lane.
Get back into this video.
Y'all remember epic B-roll? You know, like when you would take your camera, you would up the shutter speed, you would up your frame rate, you would do handheld motion of somebody.
Now, what was that? He was getting in his car, Let me see here. Wasn't he getting in his car?
Let's get back into this video. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Y'all remember epic B-roll?
I'm not
sure.
sure.
Like when you would take your camera, you would up the shutter speed, you would up your frame rate, you would do handheld motion of somebody doing something. Maybe they were making coffee, or maybe they were fixing a bike, whatever the case may be. That was the thing. That was like, what, 2019 YouTube? Well, if you know me, then you know that epic B-roll is just not my thing. I film.
Well, let's look at the setup here. He has changed scenes, and now he's standing in the middle of a wide open field. And he's stuck in the middle. And he's not even in the foreground. He's not in the middle ground, foreground. He's almost so far back, he's in the background. So what do you think? Is this all wasted space? What's he trying to communicate? Because the further away you stand from the camera and the lens, the less engaged the viewer is going to be. So you've got to have some reason for standing this far back. I mean, I'm not so sure that's all that great of a shot. He needs to be closer to the camera, unless he's got some reason to be standing in the background in this open field. And if there's a reason for doing it, then maybe he should have mentioned it. Maybe he should have said something about the reason he's standing out here.
I'm on a tripod. I get compositions. That's just always been me. But for some odd reason, I felt like I needed to put my voice in that space. And the reason why I felt this way was not because I thought that I could outshine the people who were killing the epic B-roll. They were doing it way better than I ever could have. The only reason I felt like I needed to put my voice in that space was because it was getting views. I was trying to ride a wave. I was trend hopping. And trend hopping tends to turn out bad. So I made my rendition of the epic B-roll and I uploaded it, and I'm thinking, God damn, this video about to go to the ceiling. And of course, it tanked really bad, and I felt really bad. And I had to do some self-reflection, and this is what I came up with. I got hit with the triple whammy, and the triple whammy is what you never want to get hit with. I hated making the video. I knew I shouldn't have made the video, and then the video didn't get views. It's just a triple negative, yo. It's all bad, and this is a situation that you never want to freaking be in. It hurts so bad when you do all of these things, and you had that gut feeling from the start that you shouldn't have did it, and you don't get no payoff. So I didn't do this again. The next video I made, I did everything that I wanted to do. I touched on the topic I wanted to touch.
Is there a lesson there? Again, his title was 3 Brutal Lessons. And so far, I'm a little confused. What's the lesson? What is he saying going to do to help me? I guess the first lesson, which he probably could have emphasized better by using some text. I mean, put some text on the screen. It says, lesson number 1, don't overthink your losses. Don't overthink your bad videos, or whatever his first lesson was. Don't feel bad about getting no views. Move on to the next one. Maybe that was his lesson. He's not being very clear about what the lessons are. And if this is lesson number 2, then tell me what the lesson is. What is it? Spell it out for me.
Sean, I did it the way that I wanted to do it, and I had a ton of fun making the video. And you know what happened? Well, that video also tanked, but I realized that I had a totally different emotional response to this video tanking as opposed to the one that I knew I shouldn't have been making. You see, the fact that I actually wanted to make that video, I enjoyed making that video, and it was a place that I truthfully felt my voice belonged in the space. It didn't matter to me if that video got a ton of views. I actually didn't even go into the process of making that video with views in mind. I just wanted to make the video. I also didn't get hit with the triple whammy. You don't want to get hit with the triple whammy, bro. You gotta stick to your guns. Know when something is for you and know when something is not for you. If you're gonna trend ride, make sure the trend is relevant to where you see yourself in the future. And if not, don't even do it. You really got to stick to your guns. Like when you get dressed, right? You might throw on an outfit and you might look at yourself in the mirror and be like,
Okay, so now he's being a little creative. He's bringing in a clothes rack, changing the scenes here. What's a clothes rack doing out in the middle of the road there? He's trying to be creative to give emphasis to his point.
I don't know if this is the outfit, but as long as you're comfortable in it, it's all that matters. I was going to segue into this, but just give me a second to thank my sponsor. I promise y'all won't be disappointed. All right, Huckberry, probably my favorite sponsor on this channel to date.
All right.
Whenever I'm showcasing their clothes in my videos, I'm like dapper down like I'm going to
It's a commercial.
closet, bro. I'm telling you, kill this with so many fits. And we got another
That's what the clothes are there for. Huckberry.
BS. Pull up in some Huckberry and you might get your plate first, all right? Let's get back to this video. The backbone of my YouTube channel was built on vlogs.
What I'm noticing here is he's really confusing me. And I just checked his subscribers. My goodness, he's got 577,000 subs. 500,000 subs. Oh my. So far I'm confused on this. This video is confusing me. He talked about 3 brutal lessons and I don't know what those lessons are. He needs to spell them out. The other thing is some of his transitions are confusing. He'll be in the meat of the video and then smoothly move into some sort of an ad or some sort of a sponsor. And then he'll say, let's get back to the video. I don't know.
Every single day I would scoop my camera and I would just film my day and just document. But eventually I got away from vlogging because I realized that if I made a video about a piece of filmmaking gear or about a filmmaking technique, it would get a lot more views. But recently I got the itch. I wanted to get back into vlogging, but I wanted to implement my new style, showcase some of my storytelling abilities that have grown since the times that I had vlogged back in the day. So I did it. I invested a ton of time into a vlog, probably 2 weeks. I had a million different angles. I had bridges. I had music transitions. I had voiceovers. I was telling a story. I was inspiring. I was motivating. I was doing all these cool things. And of course, I uploaded the video and nobody watched it. This is hilarious, but I'm now realizing that the theme of this video is me not getting views, self-reflecting on it, and then telling y'all what I came back from this self-reflection with.
Okay. Okay, brother. You're 9 minutes. 9 minutes into the video. And you're just now basically telling us what the video is about. 9 minutes. I don't get it. He's just now... Why didn't you say this in the first 10 seconds of the video?
And this right here is no different. From a social standpoint, we want every video to bang. We want likes, comments, shares, subscribers. That's a normal response. I don't even want to make it seem like that's a bad thing. But every video is not for everybody. You're going to make some videos that appeal to a wider audience. When I make a video about the iPhone, I expect it to get more views because the ceiling is higher. So many more people who are interested in the iPhone. It's not a million people who are interested in my life, my day-to-day life, my vlogging. And that's totally fine because the people who do like my daily life, the people who do want to be inspired by my journey and what I'm doing, they will love the content, and that's all that matters. I can't allow the amount of views that a vlog got to tear me away from my mission to inspire people who want to get into this. I just got to keep on doing it and understand that not every video is for everybody. The people who do tap in and the people who do love those sorts of videos, they will enjoy it. But not every video has to appeal to a million people for you to even want to make it. That's something that is completely far-fetched and not even realistic. I'm not looking forward to color grading this video. The colors are all over the place. I want to keep going, but I don't got time. Drop this video a like. Don't get discouraged. Keep at it. Hopefully this video inspired you in some sort of way. Drop it a like if you enjoyed it. With that being said, I'm out, y'all. Peace. Man.
Well, all right. We finally got to the end. And I don't know. I don't know where to begin. Just as a viewer. Now again, I'm just sprouting my opinion here. about what we've just seen. Thumbnail, title, intro, his screen presence, content. Well, he started out on the thumbnail saying he almost quit because he wasn't getting enough views. Apparently, the title, according to the title, is because he wasn't getting enough views. And he was going to give us 3 brutal lessons that he learned from not getting views. And I'm not sure I know what those lessons are. What am I missing here? Let me know in comments. What do you think? For those of you on Facebook, if you're still with me, we're critiquing a YouTube channel, a YouTube video, and you need to come over to @EvenRabbits on YouTube to join us. Otherwise, you're just going to be looking at me. May not be all that exciting. So, looks like we're still live on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, join us at @EvenRabbits on YouTube. All right, I don't know. The thumbnail, title. The thumbnail was good in the design. I'll give him that. It's okay. Because it's sort of catchy. It sort of makes you curious. I almost quit. So it makes you want to think, okay, I want to see why he almost quit. And then you just scan the title, and the title says he almost quit because he's not getting enough views. And these are some lessons he learned. Well, that's what every YouTube creator wants to know, is what can we do to get views? So I click on the video, and he's just pretty much rambling about his experience and what happened to him and some things that he discovered through self-examination, self-reflection about creating some videos. And I think my impression, and I'm not trying to be overcritical here, I'm just trying to learn something here. My impression is he was spending more of his time concerned about color grading and about changing location and about sitting down, standing up, standing in a broad open field, composition, shots, sitting on the rail of a roadside rail, looked like guardrail. He was really concerned about the visuals, and the content, I'm not so sure was that strong. But then the visuals weren't that great either. The color grading he's using is so dark, so gloomy. So, and what amazes me is he's got 577,000 subs, so he must be doing something right. But in this particular video, I don't get it. His screen presence is fine. He's good on camera. He's comfortable. He's relaxed. He's got a good personality. He speaks well. We can understand him. But in terms of his content on this particular video, I don't think it's all that great. I'm gonna have to give him probably a C or a C minus in terms of an overall grade. It's just not that great. So it has made me curious, though, about checking out his YouTube channel to see what other videos he's doing. I want to know how he got 577,000 subs. Maybe he's got a background in
Films in the 180 degree shutter speed, 4 frames per second. Sony A7S3 is the best camera. Seeing King's story is King. Let's up for image. We have to film more. This camera's up for photography. Have more effect. It's all always filming.
Okay, so
Over the past 5 years, the filmmaking scene online has exploded. Millions of videos, reels, and courses have been uploaded with information about the creative process. Tips, tricks, hacks, masterclasses. It's incredible that literally anyone who has access to a camera can learn instantly how to make a decent video. But it's also the barrier for most people. No matter what field you're in, if you see someone in the forefront winning doing something a certain way, you might feel the need to also do that same thing to ensure your success. The thing about creativity though, is it isn't a calculated step-by-step plan with a universal end goal. It's no possible way.
okay, now this looks like a much better video. So the quality, I'm sure, is better on some of these videos than the one we just watched. Maybe the one we just watched is more of a personal self-reflection sort of thing, where it's not supposed to be all that fine-tuned of a creation, because it really wasn't all that good. If we look at his overall thumbnails, let me get this thing out of the way. If we look at his thumbnails, what do we discover? Already, he's got vlogs down here. So I guess he's a filmmaker. I guess that's what he is. He's into cameras. When he's talking about LUTs, I should have figured he was into cameras. He's a filmmaker, photographer. So he's got some not real sure what his channel is about, really. Well, let's just see. By the way, this is Marathon Friday. That's why we're taking our time, doing a deep dive. We're in no hurry. We're going to be here a while, so we've got nowhere else to go. So if you're on Facebook, jump over to YouTube and join us for the main stream. We're at Even Rabbits, and it's Marathon Friday. Just to reset everything, I'm coming to you live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop, Austin, Texas. And we're going to be here until we're not. I don't know when we'll quit. We may take a lunch break, or I may just sit right here and eat on camera while we're messing around. We're just sort of hanging out. I'm waiting for some people to jump into chat, say hello. So if you're on Facebook, come over to YouTube and drop into chat. Let me know what's going on. Which, by the way, let me check my Facebook stream, see if anybody's jumped into comments over there. Nope, not yet. So everyone's still sleeping, I guess. 10:30 Central Standard Time. Where is everybody? Somebody jump into comments over here and say hello. Let me know you're alive. Well, we're looking at YC Imaging's channel, and we just watched a video that I was not all that impressed with, but it looks like he does a lot of product peaks and videos, vlogging. So I was going to look at his description because I'm not clear on exactly what he's. Here on the channel, I detail my creative journey through creating music videos, behind the scenes, and filmmaking tips and tricks. So he creates music videos, and he wants to give us tips and tricks. Well, okay, here's some examples of his music videos. Do we want to look at one? They're short. Let's pick one. See how good of a... Let's pick one. We'll just pick one at random here. take a look at it.
September 8, 2017. My best friend lost his best friend. I know you're safe, living heavenly. I feel your angels protecting me. Sometimes I see you, and sometimes I feel you. But most of the time, I can't live without you. Please put your hand in mine just one more time. Amen. September 8, 2017. My best friend lost his best friend. I know you're safe, living heavenly. I feel your angels protecting me. Oh, what I would do to feel your energy. Oh, what I would do to put your hand in mine. Just one more time.
Okay. Well, not too sure about that. What do you guys think? Not too sure. But he's got 577,000 subs, so he's doing something right. All right. Let's see. I've been at this now for about an hour and a half. I'm going to have to take a small break, catch my breath. We'll be back in about 2 or 3 minutes. So don't go anywhere. Okay, he's back. Hope everybody's doing okay today. Just to reset, I'm Mitch, and I'm coming to you live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop. It's Marathon Friday. We began at 9 o'clock this morning, Central Standard Time, and we will go until we don't. There's no specific time we're going to quit. Our goal is to build an audience. We want to see if we can get some folks in chat. And we want to see if we can get on Facebook. Supposedly, we're still on Facebook. I'm pushing the envelope here by going Facebook Live. At the same time, I'm going live on YouTube. And I know the quality on YouTube is, the quality on Facebook is probably pretty bad. Looks like the streaming is probably dragging and lagging. And there's not much I can do about that. I'm limited by my Wi-Fi, and I'm limited by my laptop. In terms of the CPU power, I've got so many things plugged into it. It's unbelievable. We are at the Lamppost Coffee Shop, and I was going to show you here. Okay, we're off of no more break time. Okay. Almost had a major disaster there. Anyway, I was going to give you a view of what's going on. The coffee shop, as you can see, it's fairly busy. People are doing their own thing. They don't care about me. They probably don't even know I'm here. Look, who is that guy? What's he doing? I had to put on a hoodie because it's colder than snot in here. Sun's out in Austin. It's beautiful weather today, but in here it is cold. I mean, I am freezing. I had to put on my hoodie. Get a little bit more toasty. We're coming to you live from Austin, and we're here to talk social media, YouTube. We're here to discuss whatever you would like to discuss, especially if it has anything to do with social media or YouTube. Are you looking to start a YouTube channel? Are you interested in social media in terms of TikTok and Instagram and LinkedIn? All those kinds of platforms are out there waiting for you. If you have a small business, if you're an entrepreneur, and if you're not on 5 or 6 of the social media platforms, you are missing the boat. You need to start a YouTube channel. Even if you're a plumber, let's say you're a local plumber in Austin, and you want to increase your business, one thing you can do is start a YouTube channel, and you can target local Austin area people who need plumbing services. You can do the same thing on Facebook. You're able to go into Facebook and home in on a 50-mile radius around your shop and try to target those people that live within a 50-mile radius of your plumbing shop. So What I'm saying is we're living in the day and age of social media, and you need to be on it. You need to be social. It's so easy. It's free. If you've got a phone, that's all you need. So take advantage of it. For small business owners, we're living in the best days because of the technology and everything that's available. Well, I was checking out my YouTube. I mean, my Facebook feed here. My Facebook feed is struggling. See all the red down here? And I've got this warning down here. It's telling me it's lagging. So I'm sorry if you're on Facebook and things are lagging. You need to come over to YouTube at Even Rabbits. Join us there. Jump into chat. Say hi. This is Marathon Friday. We're going to be here a while. We're just hanging out. We're looking at YouTubers. We're looking at YouTube channels. And we're going to... One thing we can do now, I guess, to break things up a little bit, why don't we go into ChatGPT and what we want to do is I want to ask it some questions about the algorithm and getting views. What's the best way to get views on my YouTube channel? Considering the current state of the YouTube algorithm. All right. What's the best way to get views on YouTube channel considering the current state of the YouTube algorithm? What the algorithm cares about now, as of today. That may change. You know, that stinking algorithm likes to move around on us, likes to change things. So, based on recent breakdowns, here are the main factors you want to align with. The algorithm is now very viewer-centric. It's more about whether that specific viewer will enjoy your video, not just whether or not it got a lot of views. So, if I'm a content creator, where is my emphasis? Who do I care about? I care about the viewer. Not about me. Not about what I like, what I want to see. But what does my viewer want to see? That specific viewer, will they enjoy the video? Key metrics, your click-through rate. How often people click your video when they see it. We're talking about thumbnail right there. If you've got a crappy thumbnail, nobody's going to click. And if nobody clicks on your video, you are in trouble. You've just wasted all of that time creating content, and nobody's going to see it because they're not clicking on your thumbnail. The watch time, audience retention, how long they stay and whether they stick around. Now there, we're talking about the intro. Assuming you've got a good thumbnail, they like your title, and they do click, the intro better hook them, better get them engaged, because it's how long they stay around, the watch time. That's how critical that is to YouTube. YouTube, it's very simple. They want a viewer to click on a video they want to see, and they want that viewer to watch the whole video. They want them to stay on that video and watch it all the way through. And then engagement. It looks at likes, comments, shares, plus viewer satisfaction. Do they think it was worth their time? So those are the key things we need to worry about. Click-through rate, thumbnail, watch time, audience retention, how long they stay. There we're talking about content, talking about the intro, talking about getting them interested, and then engagement. How can we engage the audience to come back? Do they share our video? Do they comment on it? Those are the things we need to watch out for. Discovery now happens in lots of places. The home feed, recommended, the search, and for shorter content, the shorts feed. Each has somewhat different mechanics. Smaller new channels can succeed if the video performs. If the video performs. It's less about your subscriber. It's less about your subscriber count and more about how the audience responds. So YouTube doesn't push videos only to your subscribers. Videos to your subscribers is part of it. But YouTube will move your videos to people who are interested in that video, who are interested in what that video is talking about. And is that video worth their time? So smaller and newer channels can succeed if the video performs regardless of your subscriber count. And shorts matter. If you aren't doing them, you're missing a big discovery route. The algorithm for shorts emphasizes strong hooks and fast retention. Strong hooks and fast retention. So, shorts do matter. All right. How to apply it. Clarify your niche, and that's what I did. And who the video is for. That's why I went to my channel, Even Rabbits, and got rid of all the unnecessary junk, the stuff that didn't have to do with Even Rabbits as a channel. That channel is about social media and YouTube related information. So, that's the niche. That's my niche. Who's the video for? Define your audience. Are you speaking to aspiring creators, book publishers, artists with a channel? All right. When a person from that audience sees your title and thumbnail, they should immediately think, yes, this is for me. So, you want to have a niche clearly defined, an audience you're targeting, and when that audience sees your thumbnail and title, they need to immediately be interested. How I turned drawing into a YouTube channel, from sketchbook to subs, or making art videos that suck, 3 mistakes I fixed, that sort of thing. Hook fast and deliver value, because retention matters. Get to the point in the first 15 or 20 seconds. That's your intro. Get to the point. You've got to reaffirm the title and the thumbnail. So when I'm thinking about my intros, I have to think about my title and my thumbnail and make sure my intro flows logically and reaffirms what I have promised in the title and the thumbnail. That's why most of the top YouTubers, those with millions and millions of subscribers, come up with a thumbnail and a title first. You heard me. That's not a mistake. They come up with the thumbnail and the title before the content. That way they know they've got a good idea. If they can't come up with a good creative thumbnail and come up with a great title to get a viewer interested, then the idea for their content is not that great. You could show a quick visible result before after, then dive into the how. Use storytelling. Storytelling will always be king here. You have a background in fine arts and publishing, talking about me there. Draw on that to make your point. Optimize title and thumbnail. Leverage long-term videos. Use these for in-depth how-to storytelling in your process. Shorts, quick tips or snippets. Use shorts as a funnel into your main channel. Be consistent and build a pattern. Regular uploads help. It signals you're active. Be consistent. But you don't want to upload garbage. You still need to add value. So, is it going to be valuable to the audience? What am I offering here? Track your analytics. All right, here's what not to do. Don't chase clickbait thumbnails and titles. Don't try to be tricky. Don't try to be clickbaity. If people feel misled, they'll leave early and they'll be pissed. They won't be back. Don't assume subscriber count alone will drive views. The algorithm treats each video independently. Each video independently. So just because you got a bunch of subscribers, that doesn't mean your video is going to get a lot of views. It may or may not. Don't upload long videos with no structure if your audience expects quick and actionable content. Don't ignore shorts. So, how's that for some algorithm talk? Okay, just a recoup here. My name is Mitch. I'm coming to you live from the Lamppost coffee shop on a beautiful sunny day in Austin, Texas. We hope you're having a good day. Hope you're going to stay with us for a while. This is Marathon Friday. Means we're going to be here a while. We're not going anywhere. We may step in and out, take a break here and there, but we're going to be here until we get tired. Until somebody tells us to shut up. Because we're being annoying. I'm trying to keep my voice down because I don't want to get on the nerves of my fellow coffee drinkers here at the coffee shop. So I hope I'm not talking too loud. I'm trying to keep things quiet and calm. We're just sort of hanging out, enjoying the day. How we doing over here on Facebook? I wish I knew why that lag time was so awful. Seems like it's always in the red. If you're on Facebook watching this live, come over to YouTube at Even Rabbits. At Even Rabbits. It's this right here. You don't see it. You're not on at Even Rabbits. You don't see it, do you? If you're on Facebook. Maybe I ought to add this for you Facebook fans, since you're only seeing my camera feed. I'm not sure you can even see you can't see the text that I write in on OBS either, can you? You're only able to see what's on the camera. But we'll do it this way. By golly. There's more than one way to skin a cat. How about this? I'll hold this up for you as a reminder. See if this works. Where did that ruler come from? That's for you friends on Facebook. That's where you want to go on YouTube, at Even Rabbits. So, Marathon Friday. Well, we've looked at some questions and we've looked at an algorithm. Is there another question we are curious about? I was curious about the live stream. There's a way on live streaming now with YouTube that you can bring in a speaker. You can bring in another person to join you in a video feed, and I'm not sure how to do that yet. I know there's some ways that I can do it. I can maybe get on FaceTime and send someone a link to their phone, and they can get on FaceTime, and I can bring them into OBS that way. So that's an option. And I'd like to do that at some point for my live streams. I'd like to be able to offer a link to a viewer and have them call in, and we can have some face-to-face time together. I think that would be fun. But I've got to figure out how to do it and get it set up right. The video part of it's easy. It's the audio. I can get you online. I can get the picture of the phone and all that. I can get your face on the stream, but I can't. It's getting your voice. It's getting the audio set up. I've got to go in and set up a different thing for the voice so that your voice can be heard on the stream. But we'll figure it out eventually. We've just started this live stream a couple of weeks ago. We're getting new information about it all the time. We're learning more, so it will eventually come together. Well, things have calmed down here at the coffee shop. Let's see. It's not quite so busy. It's the lunch hour. Here's my setup. And it's not too bad. It's kind of quiet. I can smell somebody cooking something. Boy, something smells good. I'm getting hungry. It's 11:01. We're in hour 2, starting hour 3 of our Friday marathon. And we will be here Uh-oh, I'm getting an error warning about my connection now to YouTube. It's starting to lag. So maybe the Wi-Fi is cutting out on me. Probably I could cut my feed to Facebook and it might help. Let's see. All right, well, let's back up. I'm going to end my live feed on Facebook. So on Facebook, if you've been watching me live, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to let you go. We may hook back up with you later today. But my Wi-Fi is dragging a little bit, so I need to reconnoiter here. I'm going to end that. And that. And hopefully the live stream will improve here. I'm starting to get an error message. YouTube is not receiving enough video. So I wonder if I need to... Okay, now we're back to excellent connection. Getting rid of Facebook helped, I think. I was just straining the Wi-Fi too much. Now I'm back to an excellent connection on YouTube. All right, it's Marathon Friday. Let's get back to the browser and kind of see what's happening. See if we can find us another YouTuber. See what's happening here. See if we can pick us up a YouTube channel and critique it. That's always fun. See what other YouTubers are doing. This is sort of my feed, so I get a lot of stuff on here that may not be all that great to look at. So I'm going to open up another account. Because the feed, the algorithm on this particular account will be different than my main account. So I'm going to change. See up here where it says switch accounts? I'm going to switch from my Even Rabbits account. I'm going to go over to Guapo. I'm going to pull up my Guapo account. And the feed that YouTube, this shows you how the algorithm works. Now the feed that I get from YouTube will be different than the feed that I get when I'm on my Even Rabbits account. Because the algorithm goes by the account that you're viewing under. And I'm viewing under my Guapo account based on a different email, it's a different Google account, and so it will show me videos totally different. It's going to push me totally different information than what I had on my Even Rabbits account, where I spend most of my time. So let's see what all it's pushing me here. Well, let's see. Do I see anything we want to look at? Follow. All right. Well, let's see. I don't see very many individual YouTubers. I see a lot of brands. I'm looking for an individual, normal person like you and me who's got a YouTube channel. I think what I'm going to do is do a search here. Let's go up and search. I'm going to quilting. That's a popular topic. Let's see if we can find us a quilting YouTuber. This will be fun. All right, we want to look at the thumbnails. Which one is clickable? Which makes me want to click? Never do this. It must have got my attention because I'm looking at it. What drew me to this thumbnail here? Never do this. Right here. What drew me to this thumbnail? I stopped on it, evidently for a reason. Well, first of all, I think it's the color, the pink. She's got a great color scheme. She's got the pinks and the grays and this dark black and then this little hint of blue down here. So I think this overall color scheme is really nice. And it evidently stands out from the others. Quilters use a lot of pink in their thumbnails. Look at all the pink and purple. There's some pink. So I guess if you're a quilter, you like pink. Well, let's see. What about the text here on the thumbnail? Never do this. Is that part of the reason I clicked? Is that the reason I'm interested? What about that phrase, never do this, makes me want to click on it? There's something about warnings, giving people warning. Something about saying, don't do this, that makes us interested. I don't know what it is, but this is what you never want to do. So maybe use that phrase on your thumbnail next time, or something similar. Don't do this, or never do this, or avoid this. Well, let's look at her title. 14 things I will... 14 things. Okay, she's using a number. It's always good to use a number in your title. It's always a good idea if you want to count your title in terms of some tips or whatever. 14 things, that's a lot. 14 things I wish someone told me when I started quilting. Quilting and sewing tips. She's got 280,000 subscribers, so it's pretty good. This was posted a year ago. All right, so her thumbnail is never do this. And then title says 14 things I wish someone told me when I started quilting. So it's sort of a intuitive idea here. She's warning us to never do this, and then that she's going to tell us there's 14 things that she wished she knew about before she started quilting. Well, let's bring it up. Let's take a look at it. Next thing we want to look at is the intro. Does the intro tie into the thumbnail and the title?
Today I'm sharing 14 things I wish I knew when I started quilting. From sewing faster and more efficiently.
Oh, okay, did you hear that? What was the first thing out of her mouth? I mean, the very first thing she said when we click on the video.
Today I'm sharing 14 things I wish I knew when I started quilting.
Now, what's her title? She basically just repeated her title. 14 things I wish someone told me before I started quilting. So right off the bat, we know we're going to get 14 things that she wished she knew before she started quilting. She didn't waste a second. I mean, we're like 3 seconds into the video and she has already reaffirmed her title. She basically just repeated it.
From sewing faster and more efficiently to things you should never do and things you should always do, these tips have some cautionary tales, good advice, tricky hacks, and more to make your quilting experience as seamless as possible. I'm hoping these tips will give you the confidence you need to start your quilting journey successfully. These are great tips for beginners, but they're also great reminders for experienced quilters. So let's jump into the first quilting tip. Nesting seams is the...
All right, number 1. See, she's going to number them for us. Now, if you were with me when we watched that earlier video where the guy was giving us 3 brutal lessons he learned, he used no text, which made it a little bit more confusing. We weren't real sure what his lessons were, 1, 2, and 3. Here she's going to number them for us. This is a great way to do it so that people will understand what you're talking about. It helps eliminate the confusion. Well, I see that I'm sort of blocking the number, but maybe I should move down here in the corner. Now you can see the number. Number 1. Number 1 tip. We're how far into the video? 30 seconds into the video. It's 11 minutes long. We're 30 seconds in and she's already given us tip 1.
The very first tip I would tell every beginner. It is one of the first things I taught my daughter while she was making her first quilt, and this tip will change everything. This tip involves pressing the seam allowances in opposite directions of the blocks you're about to sew together.
Okay, we got some close-up camera footage going on here, so she's going to demonstrate most of this if we stream along here. Now she's back on camera, which is good. Some videos, you'll notice, will just stay right here. They'll just stay with the fingers, stay with the hands doing the work, and will never show up on camera again. Well, here she's going to come back and make an appearance.
With USAA Safe Pilot, I can save when I drive safe.
Oh,
With USAA
I forgot.
Safe Pilot miles, I can save when I drive less.
When
Way to the game.
my Guapo account does not
The
have
next tip is
premium,
to
so
change
we're
your
going to get
machines needle
commercials.
often. You never want to sew a quilt with a dull needle because you can end up with skipped stitches and tension issues. So I like to have a pack of extra needles on hand so I can remember to change them. A good rule of thumb is to change your machine's needle after every project. The next tip is to press to the dark.
Okay, we're at tip number 3. And again, we're going to go through here. Now look at her graph. I always find it interesting to look at this graph down here at the bottom. It's flatlined all the way across. No peaks. And then we see a peak right here. See the peak? That's the place in the video that has gotten more replays. It's where people have stopped and gone back to watch over again, and it tells the content creator that this part of the video was the most interesting to the viewer. This is what they wanted to go back and replay because they were obviously interested in that part of the video. They were learning something. But it's interesting that that's the only peek that she's got in the whole video. Look at that. Just one little peek right here. Well, let's see what that peek is about. It's something that quilters are interested in, I guess.
To things you should never do and things you should always do. These tips have some...
Well, move forward to that. Where's that peak at? There we go.
4 stitching lines. We're going to take this to our cutting mat and cut along the purple lines. So the lines we drew, we are going to cut the block apart at those lines.
All right, this is the peak. We're right in the middle of the peak.
You're going to end up with 4 triangles that look like this. They have 2 beginners, but they're also great reminders for experienced quilters. So let's jump into the first quilting.
Oops, sorry. My mouse slipped. We're right in the middle of the peak.
You're going to end up with 4 triangles that look like this. They have 2 sides sewn and 1 open. So now to get 8 pieces out of this, we are going to cut perpendicular to the bottom of the triangle right through the middle, and this will get us our half square triangle. So by doing that to all 4 of these blocks, we are going to end up with 8 half square triangles. Because of the way we cut out these half square triangles, they are...
She's also using some speed up here. She's speeding up the video, which is good. You don't want to waste time. And that's a good way to break up the monotony, is to use some speed frames here, speed things up a little bit, move along. Well, let's see how she's going to end this thing. It's 11. We're going to go up to about the 11-minute mark, about 30 seconds from the end. We'll see how she finishes this thing.
This next tip will change your life. My least favorite part about quilting is trimming. It's tricky.
Tip number
and it takes
13.
forever. This rotating cutting mat allows you to trim one side of the quilt block and spin the mat to trim the other sides without touching the fabric. That means you can trim all sides of your block without moving the fabric, which will give you a more precise...
She's using an end link here for the next video. That's good. You always want to add that to your video. Once you've got someone watching a video and they get to the end, you want to send them to your next video. Keep them on your channel. Don't let them escape. Don't let them go. So she's got a link here to another video that people can binge watch. It's called binge watching. We want people to binge watch our channel. Watch 3 or 4 videos in a row. That's going to give us some great watch time. All right. Well, let's do a real quick overview here in terms of her rating and all. What do you think? The thumbnail, title, the intro was great. Remember, she repeated the thumbnail. She repeated the title exactly right up front. Immediately.
Today I'm sharing 14 things I wish I knew when I started quilting.
First thing out of her mouth was she repeated the title. So that's a good way to do it. Just jump right in. So the intro was great. What about her screen presence? She's real friendly. She smiles. Has a pleasant voice. So that's good. And she showed herself on camera. She looked at us, looked at the viewer, looked at the audience, which was good. So let's see, what else? Screen presence was good. Overall content, I'm sure if you're a quilter, the overall content was good. Although there was only one little peak right here. Looks like people really didn't get much out of the other tips. This was the main tip they were interested in, which tells her, you know, that part of the video the most people were interested in and went back and watched over again. So she might ask herself, can she make another video concentrating on that one topic, on this one area here? Maybe she can make another video about this right here. At the very least, make a short out of it. Make a quick 60 or 90 second short out of this part of the video and post it as a short, because people evidently are interested in it. So, well, overall, it's pretty good. I don't see anything to really complain about. She knows how to do the intro. The title and the thumbnail are good. So, got to give her an A. Way to go. Let's see. She's got 35,000 subscribers. And this video got 286 some odd thousand views. Remember when we were looking at the algorithm, it said you don't necessarily have to have a lot of subs in order to get a lot of views. Those two things are, each video is handled separately. So she's got a lot of subs, 80,000 some odd. 35,000. She's got 35,000 subs, but this particular video got 288,000 views. So it's pretty good. 288,000 views. It's not too shabby. All right. Well, let's see. What's everyone up to? You need to jump in the chat and let me know what you're doing. Stop by and say hello. I'm going to move myself back up here in the corner where it belongs. All right, let's see. To recap, my name is Mitch, coming to you live from the Lamppost coffee shop. And, well, let's see. I was trying to see. Looks like my browser went a little wonky on me. See where we're at here. There we go. OBS can be so fun. That's what, when you're working with OBS and you've got all these various scenes and everything you're dealing with. Right here. Let me show you. Let's see. Well, I was going to show you something here, but I guess I won't. Anyway, what I was saying, when you're dealing with OBS and you've got all of these scenes and you're switching between scenes and bringing in all these elements, these images and text and videos and live feeds and all that kind of stuff, you're actually doing what a director of a show would do. A director will sit at the board and make all of these camera moves, make all these changes between scenes, make these transitions between one scene to another. But when you're doing it yourself with OBS on a live stream, I'm doing both. I'm both on stream and I'm also trying to flip between different scenes. So I'm both director and host, as it were. And so that's why sometimes I have to look down and pause, and I don't know why that got so small. Let me bring myself back up to where I belong here. So that's part of going live. If you're going to do it yourself and you're using some sort of a streaming platform like OBS, then you find that you're wearing a lot of different hats, and it can get real fun in a hurry. Well, just a reboot here. This is Mitch. I'm coming to you live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop. This is Marathon Friday. We don't have any particular time to quit. We're just going to hang around and talk. We're going to just sit around and talk and hang out, talk social media, talk YouTube. And so if you're dropping in on us, drop into chat and say hi. I need to see if anybody is going to drop into chat. Anyone there? And let us know what's going on in your world. It's 11:28 Central Standard Time. We started at 9 a.m., so we've been at this about 2.5 hours, just sort of hanging out. And I think what we'll do now is I'm going to bring in our guest YouTuber for the day, or at least for this next few minutes, and we're going to let him see what he can teach us about his journey. And we will go from there.
A student.
This, by the way, is this is just a recap here. This is, it's going to try to find his name here. Right here. I forgot the guy's name. There it is. This is George Alexander. And it looks like George has 16,000 subs. And he's going to give us some advice about becoming a content creator. Let's see what he has to say here.
Audience to 400,000 in my first year as a content creator. And in this video, I want to give you some brutally honest advice that I wish I knew when I was first getting started on that journey. But what I don't want to do is repeat all the same advice you've heard a million times before, like be consistent or just keep posting and eventually you'll make it. You know, none of that nonsense. Instead, I want to give you 8 actually useful, practical tips that you can start using today to build a massive audience and make a ton of money. So let's dive into it. The first piece of advice is to stop blaming everything on the algorithm. So I remember I was having a conversation with a friend who has a YouTube channel and also a personal brand, and he was complaining to me that the views on his videos were going down and he wasn't really gaining any new followers or subscribers. And he was saying, oh, the algorithm must hate me. You know,
well, hey, we all know the algorithm hates us, right? If you're a YouTube creator, you know the algorithm is out to get you. Well, not really. The algorithm is nothing more than a bunch of computer chips, programming, software, code. So it's not after us. Don't take anything personally. The algorithm's not out to get us. I mean, come on, that's silly.
Algorithm isn't showing my videos to any new people. And I said, mate, the algorithm is just data. All the algorithm is doing is just reflecting audience behavior. And it's the same on every single social media platform. It's designed in the exact same way. So the algorithm will show your video to a very small group of people. And if that group of people respond well, so they watch a decent chunk of the video or they engage with the video, then the algorithm will show it to a slightly larger group of people. And then if they respond well, that cycle just continues and continues. And if the video keeps growing and that way, that's how you get a high performing video, and that's how a video goes viral, essentially.
Okay, so what he's talking about there, this is the way he views it. Let's say this is little old me. Well, where are we here? This is little old me, and I'm making a video, and I'm gonna post that video, and hopefully it's gonna get some views. Well, if it performs well and gets enough views, the algorithm is going to send that to a bigger sample, to a bigger audience, and see how it performs there. So, how many views and how does the video perform at that level? Is it good, bad? What's the view duration rate? What's the retention? Is it performing well? If it is, then YouTube is going to, the old algorithm is going to send that to a larger audience. And again, the algorithm will check its performance. See how, now it could just die right there on the vine. Could just die. I mean, if it stops performing, then pretty much dead. YouTube's not going to send it. Keep sending it. It's going to not keep pushing it. But let's say it performs well then. The algorithm is going to send it to an even larger audience. And let's hope it performs well. And that's how you can get a video to go viral. It's going to need to perform. It's going to have to perform all through the process in order to grow. And believe it or not, some videos, sometimes it may take years. There have been content creators who have posted videos and 2 years later have seen it blow up to that. So it's a very weird phenomenon, and I'm not sure anybody can really figure it out. The algorithm pretty much is a mystery to most of us, I think.
Now, if the algorithm shows your video to that small group of people and they all click away from the video, or they don't even click onto the video in the first place, YouTube is going to deem that video to be low quality, and it has no reason to show it to anyone else on the platform. So let's take YouTube for example. If your YouTube channel isn't getting many views, it's not because this mystical, all-powerful algorithm suddenly woke up one day and decided it doesn't like you. It literally means one of three things. So number one, either nobody is clicking onto your videos in the first place, which means you maybe have a branding issue, so your title and thumbnail isn't compelling, or the topic of the video just isn't really that interesting. Or number two, people are clicking onto your video, but they're not watching very much of the video, so they're clicking straight off, which means you have probably a weak or uninteresting hook. Or number three, it is possible that you're such a new channel that the algorithm hasn't really figured out who to show your videos to in the first place, which is why you'll hear that very common advice that you need to make at least 50 videos before you even start worrying about views and
50 videos. What do you think about that? Jump in the chat. Let me know what you think about that. Or let me know in comments. 50 videos before you even start to worry about the algorithm? I don't like that view. Because you've got to have enough videos, you've got to have enough on there to get some analytics, to do some testing, to kind of see how you're performing. And 50 videos, it's not a bad
subscribers.
idea.
So the bottom line is, if you're not getting any views or engagement, it's not the algorithm, it's probably your content. And I know that sounds harsh, but this video isn't going to be, a feel-good, motivational type video. that you've probably seen a million times before. So with that in mind, tip number 2 is to adopt a student mindset. So this is an interesting one because one of the biggest traps that I see creators fall into is just following that same old advice, which is to just keep posting and be consistent and eventually you'll make it. But that's not necessarily true. So let's say you post 100 videos and you post 2 videos a week. But if nobody wants to watch those videos, if the videos aren't interesting to anybody, then you're not going to grow, even if you are very consistent. Because I'm sure you've heard the saying that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Well, that applies perfectly here because consistency is only useful if you're constantly improving with every video that you post. So like I said, adopt a student mindset. So study hooks, study editing, study other creators with intention, and try to reverse engineer what is already working for other people. Because you've got to remember that wherever you are in your content creation journey, there is always more to learn. So yeah, if you find yourself in a trap where you're posting very consistently, but you're not improving your videos over time, all you're doing is just running in circles. So tip number 3 is a psychological bias that every content creator needs to understand.
Well, the starter mind, the learner mindset, the student mindset. That's a good point. The student mindset. You got to keep learning. I was watching a video yesterday, and she said that she studied the top 1% of all YouTubers, the top 1%. Now, I don't know if she did or not, but that's what she said. And she said that one of the common things that she found among the top 1% was that they all continued to learn. They were all willing to admit they didn't know everything and that it was a learning process and it never stops. There's always something else to learn. So if you don't like learning things, if you don't like doing research, if you don't like studying, if you don't like putting in the time and effort to learn and grow and develop and become better at what you're doing, then you shouldn't probably be on YouTube.
It's called the halo effect. Now, you are not going to hear this in any other video
The halo effect.
about becoming a
Number 3.
content creator, because it's a harsh truth that nobody wants to admit. So basically the halo effect is that when people see one positive trait in a person, so for example they might be quite attractive or well dressed or quite confident, they will subconsciously assume that everything else about that person is also impressive. And more importantly, they assume that that person is worth listening to. And this has actually been shown in studies. For example, they did this study in the army where if a soldier was deemed to be more attractive and more well groomed, they were also rated as more intelligent, more competent, and more trustworthy. And I know how shallow that is and how unfair that might seem, but it is the truth. Now, please don't think I'm saying that you need to be attractive to be a content creator, because that is not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is that visual presentation matters a lot if you're trying to be a content creator. For example, if you film your videos in a dimly lit, messy room, but you're trying to teach people about personal finance and self-improvement, people just aren't going to take you seriously at all. So yeah, in other words, do not underestimate the power of first impressions. Okay, so tip number 4 is that you are probably overthinking your niche. Now, the idea of finding your niche is probably one of the...
Yeah, the old niche talk. Overthinking about finding your niche. And that's something I've struggled with forever and a day, is narrowing down to a niche. And I think it can be something that gets in the way and stop you from creating, because you don't know where to start.
Most talked about concepts. And it's very interesting because what I've noticed is that you're always going to see either one of two pieces of very conflicting advice. So some YouTubers are going to tell you that you need to niche down and go hyper specific with your videos. And then other videos are going to tell you to go broad and become the niche and make lots of different videos depending on your interests. But the most confusing part is that both of these strategies can work, and I'll prove it to you. So I'm sure you've heard of the YouTuber Ali Abdaal, and I'm a big fan of this guy, but he makes videos about everything. So productivity, making YouTube videos, skincare, how to type faster. This is a guy that does not have a very specific niche. And it's the same Same with the YouTuber Hamza. So when Hamza blew up, he was making videos about how to get in shape, how to attract more women, how to make more money. You know, so again, it wasn't this very specific, narrow niche. And then you're going to see all these other creators who are getting amazing results by going very specific and really niching down. So now we have these two conflicting ideas, but clearly they both can work because guys like Ali Abdal are making millions from their content. But the thing that both of these strategies have in common is nothing to do with the niche, is that they're both creating videos for a very specific avatar. So with the Hamza example, yes, he's making videos.
Now, when he uses that term avatar, what's he talking about? The audience? That's a weird term. They're going for a very specific avatar. I think he's referring there to the viewer, to the audience.
About lots of different topics, but they all apply to, let's say, young men who are feeling a little bit lost and want to improve their lives. So instead of worrying too much about the niche or niching down, make videos for one specific type of person. And one of the easiest ways that I've found to do this is to make videos for your past self. So when it comes to making content, make sure that every video you make, whether it's a short form video or a long form YouTube video, is always targeted towards this specific avatar. So that might be, again, your past self. So I would say stop obsessing and overthinking over the box that you're putting yourself into and start obsessing over the specific person that you're trying to help. Okay, so
Okay, the specific person, and it could be your past self. What is my past self? I don't know if I care to go back and see my past self. That's good advice, though. Think in terms of the viewer, a specific viewer, when you're making your videos, and don't worry about so much about the niche. But still, you've got to narrow down topic. You've got to figure something out. You've got to figure some sort of passion. You know, something that you're interested in, because it's going to take you a year or two to get started. This is not a short-term process, so you've got to be passionate about the topic, or you're going to give up on it. So if you're passionate about golfing, then your channel needs to be about golfing, and then you need to figure out what specific kind of golfer am I going to target.
Tip number 5 is to tell your story. So people aren't going to become true fans of your content and binge the videos that you're putting out if they don't understand your story. And if you think for a second about your favorite creators, maybe some YouTubers that you watch, they probably have a very compelling backstory. Because there's a reason why Alex Hormozy tells that story of him sleeping at the gym because he couldn't afford rent. He tells that story because it makes you care. It gives context to his success and shows that he is someone who has clawed his way out of rock bottom. And if you don't have a story yet, you need to build one. So if you're starting from scratch, document your first sale, or document your first 100 subscribers, or whatever you can document depending on your niche. Because I think a massive trap that creators fall into is trying to pretend like they know everything, or trying to posture like they're some sort of expert, when really they're kind of just figuring things out themselves. And you can take me, for example. So I've had a lot of success with social media and content creation on other channels. So I've got millions of views, I've gone viral and things like that. But with this channel, with this personal brand that I'm growing at the moment, the growth is very, very slow. And yes, I know I'm only like 12 videos into this YouTube channel, and this is what's meant to happen when you start a brand new channel on YouTube. But still, because I have seen very explosive growth before, it is still very humbling to feel like you're starting again. But that's the whole point. Like, that is the story. And I want to be so open and so transparent when it comes to my journey with this personal brand, because people don't connect with perfection. They connect with people who are maybe on the same climb as them, but a little bit further down the path, not someone pretending that they've already made it when they haven't. Okay, so tip number 6 is to...
Okay, we've gone through 5 tips, and we'll stick there and come back later, maybe see what's going on with our brother. And again, to recap, my name is Mitch, coming to you live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop, Austin, Texas. This is Marathon Friday. Marathon Friday, which means we don't have a particular time we're going to stop. It's almost lunchtime, though. I am getting a little hungry. How about you? Anybody need some lunch? We may take a lunch break and come back this afternoon and keep her going. It's Marathon Friday. A marathon, though, basically says you don't stop. So maybe I should just get something to eat while I'm broadcasting here. That would be odd, because it'd be messy. Who wants to watch me eat? I mean, come on, give me a break. We're talking social media. We're talking YouTube. We're waiting to see if somebody will jump into chat, ask us a question. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of views I got in and out all day during this marathon, because we're going to stretch this thing out and see how long we can go before we just collapse and decide we need to stop. And we started at 9 a.m. It's now 11:47, so we're just about to end our third hour in this marathon. So, let's see what's happening up here. If there's any questions we might come up with, we might want to check in. Let's see. This will grow your channel. You don't need a new strategy. You need this instead. Get pro results. Stop wrecking your channel. Well, let's see. I kind of want to stay on my Even Rabbits account because I've got premium, which means we don't have any commercials. If I jump over to another account, we may get a commercial. So we need to come up with a subject here. We're looking for an individual YouTuber like you and me who may be interested in something. What are people passionate about? Well, let's see. Garage sale, garage door repair. Ooh, let's look at garage door repair. Let's find us a YouTuber who let's see. All right, here's a guy. How to safely replace garage door springs and save hundreds. We're looking for a thumbnail that's clickable. What's a thumbnail that I look at and I say, ooh, I want to click on that? Boy, look at that thumbnail. That one really sticks out. This one right here. Compared to its neighbors, look at how that sticks out. All these others are all pictures of the garage, and then he's got these bright colors coming in here. Let's see. All right, let's take a look at this. This is illegal. This garage sale item is against the law to sell. Well, what do you think? Is that one we want to look at? This garage sale is illegal. All right, let's look at the thumbnail. What do you think of the thumbnail? Oh, I wish I could get my OBS. My mouse has got a mind of its own. There we go. This is what we want to do when we watch this video. We want to look at the thumbnail, look at the title, look at the intro, check out the screen presence of the person doing the video, look at the overall content, and give it a rating. Wow, it's 30 minutes long. This is a long video. What do you think of the thumbnail? Is it making us curious? You know, people who study these things in terms of thumbnails and what makes an effective thumbnail, they talk about this thing called a curiosity gap. A curiosity gap. And you want a thumbnail that makes you curious. They talk about this curiosity gap. Can your thumbnail drive curiosity for the viewer? Well, when they say this is illegal with a big red arrow pointed toward it, that makes me curious. So it's a pretty good thumbnail, making me wonder what are they talking about here, because if I'm having a garage sale, I don't want to get into trouble. So that is a pretty good thumbnail. Well, what about the title? Let's check out the title. The garage sale item is against the law to sell. So it directly ties into the thumbnail. We know this is illegal. This garage sale item is against the law to sell. So the title and thumbnail are pretty good. So far an A. Doing well. Now what we want to do is pull up the video and give it a look-see. And what we want to do is look at the intro. Let's pull up the thumbnail and look at the intro. We want to look at the first 10-15 seconds. This is where I've got to be hooked. You've got me curious. I want to know what item is illegal to sell. So how long is it going to take you to tell me? We want to see if you give some affirmation to the thumbnail here. So give a shout out to the title. The title, thumbnail, and intro all have to be logically tied together.
I'm gonna come back, look at that.
All right, we're 11 seconds in so far. And basically it looks like we got somebody on a garage sale and he's just walking up the sidewalk. He has not said a word. So we're 11 seconds already into the video, and if he doesn't hurry up and get us hooked by that title, he's going to lose us. We're gonna leave.
Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. Yourself?
All right, we're a full 60 seconds, almost 60 seconds into the video, and he has not acknowledged the title or the thumbnail. That's a big mistake. What could he have done in the first 10 seconds to reaffirm the title and the thumbnail? All he would have had to do is look straight at us in the camera, look straight at us one-on-one, and in a whispering voice, doesn't have to be shouted or said out loud at all, just sort of a whisper. Look at us and say, I'm about to find something that's illegal to sell at a garage sale. Or, you won't believe what I found at this garage sale. It's illegal to sell. He could have said something like that. First 10 or 15 seconds. Right up front. Right out of his mouth. But here we are 60 seconds into the video, and he has said nothing about what's illegal to sell. Now, I know what he's thinking in his mind when he created this. He's thinking, okay, I want to retain the viewer. I want to keep them interested until the end. I'm not going to reveal what's illegal until the very end of the video. Well, it's a 30-minute video. Do you really honestly think I'm going to stick around 30 minutes? No. I'm going to fast forward. I'm certainly not going to watch it all. I may fast forward to the end to see if you get to it, or I may just leave.
Made in the USA, guys. Neiman Marcus dresses, like vintage, for $2.
Okay. Terrific comp from 2 years ago. So this is, he's a garage seller. He goes and looks for stuff to sell on eBay. But oddly enough, he came up in a list of garage repair videos. You'll remember my search was garage door repair or garage door repair videos, and all of the videos that came up were garage repairs, and then his video was stuck there sort of in the middle. So what's going on here?
$5 a box. It's like a good deal, but I have so much vinyl.
Okay, I'm getting bored. He's not said anything about something being illegal. He's not said anything about his title.
We sold some Leslie Gore.
So we're going to move along. Now notice his graph down here at the bottom. Let me get rid of this thing here.
Oh, the papas and the mamas. The mamas and the papas. Gray Conniff.
All right. Look at the, we're going to scan through here. He's not going to tell us anything about something being illegal until maybe this is what the peak is. Look at all of this straight line activity going on here. And then he gets to this is the most interesting part of the video. This shows where more people went back and forth and replayed this section. They went, this is the most active part of the video. People were more interested in this section than any other. So let's see. Let's see what it's about here.
There's an audience for everything.
Yeah.
He wasn't, but I was. I'm gonna buy these.
Okay, 10 more.
Yep.
Okay,
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good luck with the sale.
Thank you.
All right, we're at a totally different garage sale, looks like. So they've moved ahead to another location. So now we're 16 minutes into the video, and I don't know if he has said anything about something that's being illegal.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good.
Just got married last year, so you know. So it doesn't have to be 55 and older. No, it's not like that. But you know, excuse me.
Back to garage sale content in just a minute, guys. But just wanted to point out that Jessica passed these jarts that were on the table there, and technically these are illegal to sell.
Okay, finally. 16 minutes in to the video, we finally found what is technically illegal to sell, and it's these jarts because they're dangerous. They could kill people. Kids could get harmed with these things.
Even at garage sales. But for people that sell on eBay, what you really need to know is if you list these, the listings are going to get taken down, and it's probably going to put a ding on your account and become an issue. And the reason for that is that in the United States, they're completely banned. The hard tip, metal tip jarts, including these slider jarts, since 1988 for sale anywhere. And the reason for that is it actually led to like 6,000 emergency room visits and 3 unfortunate deaths. So they became illegal to sell in the United States of America for, I guess, a justifiable reason. And it's just something that you need to be on the lookout for, or at least be aware of. I know I'm not treading new ground here, that other people have brought these up in the past here on YouTube, and I'm kind of rehashing it. But it's been a while since I've seen anybody talk about these, and I know there's newer people to the game, so I figured it would be a good idea to inform you.
Well, if it's all that important, and it was the frickin' title of your thumbnail, and your thumbnail, this garage sale item is against the law to sell. Look where you told us, 17 minutes into the video. 17 minutes. You're going to make me watch this whole thing. Well, it's not going to happen. So your grade is going to be devastating when it comes to your content, because you did not do a proper intro, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Your video could have been so much stronger if you'd led us along the way here. And I'm not sure this one warning justifies it being the thrust of your video. Okay, jarts, fine, jarts are illegal. But you're making a 30-minute garage sale walkthrough, and it just so happens you found some jarts that are illegal. Is that really worth pushing in your title and the thumbnail if it's going to take you 17 minutes to get to it? I don't think so. I mean, if you want to make a video about jarts, do so.
It's the cheetah.
Okay. I'm getting bored. Need to move ahead. I tell you, I need to start going to garage sales. He's got 131,000 subscribers. Holy moly. Garage sale YouTubers are popular. It's a popular niche. That popping
Would you
sound
take
is getting
10 on your
annoying
jacket?
too.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And what would this be? This is shirt, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at 12. There's 12 for you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I'll take my hangers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We're scavenging the...
No, I mean, I have no use for them, so I appreciate it.
Mom, you got your extra hangers over there? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You have a good day.
Okay, so this is who we're watching here. Pro Picker Ohio, Pro Picker Videos. Wow. Well, overall grade, what do you think? Do you understand what I'm saying, though? I don't want to be overly critical, and he does have a bunch of subs, so he must be doing something right. But do you see the point that I'm making about the thumbnail, title, and intro? His thumbnail and title are about the jarts. They're illegal. And his title says there's this item is illegal to sell at a garage sale. So it's the thumbnail and title are all about the jarts. One single item that they found at a garage sale. And it took us 17 minutes to get to the point where he shared that with us. So basically we've got a 30-minute garage sale walkthrough with a thumbnail and title that are talking about one little item they found 17 minutes in. To me, that's poor. I'm going to give him a D. Nobody fails, but I'm going to give him a D. Screen presence, not that great either, because there wasn't much talking going on. There wasn't much face-to-face value going on. There wasn't much engagement with the audience, except when he cut in at 17 minutes to tell us about the jarts. We never saw his face. So screen presence was a C. So he started off really good with the thumbnail and the title. I mean, he got me interested. He made me curious. But then he totally let me down with the intro and the content. So, D. Sorry. Okay. I hope you see what I'm saying. Hope you understand. I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, critical here. It's just so very important that you get the, not only you, but me, I'm talking to myself here. So very important that we all make that thumbnail and title and intro and content so connected, so tied together. Otherwise, you're going to really disappoint your viewer, because it makes me not want to watch that guy again. It's almost the thumbnail and title were clickbait. That was a pretty good definition of clickbait. Got me interested, and then wanted me to wait around 17 minutes before it paid off. Not good. Well, the reboot here. This is Mitch. I'm coming to you live from the Lamppost Coffee Shop, Austin. It's Marathon Friday. We don't have a particular time we're going to quit. And it's past noon. We started at 9 a.m. We've been at this now 3 hours and 11 minutes. And we may go for a little while longer. But I am getting oh so hungry. Need to stop for some lunch. And so we may stop for lunch and then come back live this afternoon. Don't know. What do you think? Let me know what you think. Things are kind of quiet. It's a nice, quiet day at the coffee shop. Not too much going on. People are just doing their own thing. Not real busy. As you can see, it's pretty quiet. Not much happening. Well, let's see here. Do we want to ask some more questions? Figure out something else that is interesting? What else can we do? Let's jump back onto, I want to jump back onto Facebook and see how that works again. It's going to drag me down though, I'm afraid. I may try that later. I think what we're going to do, I think now would be a good time to stop for lunch. We may come back this afternoon and we may not. That's what Marathon Friday is all about. There's no plan. We just go until we decide we're going to stop. So I think 3 hours and 13 minutes is not a bad start for a Marathon Friday. I mean, 3 hours is pretty good, isn't it? So I think we'll stop there. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a part of today's broadcast. We'll stop right here. Everybody go get some lunch and enjoy your weekend if I don't see you. And we'll see you back here on Monday, if not before then. Monday, weekdays, 9 a.m. from the Lamppost Coffee Shop. We're here talking social media and YouTube. So join us then. Until then, I'm over. Did I say over? Yeah, I'm over. Over and out.
I thank you for watching today. I'll see you again soon.
And when you